Pan Dulce. That's next. Coffee Pan Dulce.
Barb Bacon, and I'm a community advocate here in South Charlotte. If I had my buttons on today, it would be let's get some gun control. I'm tired of looking at the news and seeing this. Black Lives Matter in honor of our friend Joel. And let's have equal rights for everybody.
This is Jenny-Jaymes Gunn. I am a community advocate here in Charlotte, North Carolina for LGBT women's rights with the National Organization for Women, gun sense laws with Moms and Men Action, and anything that extends equity to all. Thank you.
Cano, you're the co-host. My buttons are Moms and Men Action, gun sense legislation, healthcare for all, Medicare for all, and also in my heart, Black Lives Matter on behalf of Joe Oldham, who's a guest of ours who passed away last year. That's it.
Good morning, everybody. It is this is May 8th. So if you're
wow,
when we put this into the virtual world, the Google machine, and everywhere in between, you are seeing it for the first time, May 8th of 2024. It's hard to believe we're at May.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that we've already dropped the Cinco de Mayo show. It's kind of wild that we're this far in the year because we're not that far from the halfway point. Like, we're not quite there, but we can see it from there. And
it's almost like our hope is. It's almost like our those who've been watching us all year. It's 5 months almost. Yeah. Have heard us say, "I wouldn't be sad if 2024 went fast." And the Jenny has granted our wish.
Considering how 2020 went.
Yes.
I'm good with it. 2024 has been challenging, but it definitely doesn't have a hold a candle in 2023. But
exactly,
if you're just tuning in, this is Coffee Pan Dulce.
Yep.
Christian and I, and take it away, Christian, and introduce
yourself. All right. Well, Jenny. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Jenny. As Jenny said, this is Coffee and Pan Dulce. I'm Christian Cano, one of your co-hosts, along with Jenny Gunn, Barb Bacon. We're waiting for her return. It's going to be like the big, the big Barbara return when we have her back. We want to thank everyone who joins us on Facebook Live, but also the thousands who listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platform. Once again, this is Coffee and Pan Dulce. Jenny has a show that we normally take before this one, but because of our taping schedule this week, we're taping it after this one. So I have no idea what she's talking about. I can't steal as much as I I normally do. So today's topic is actually kind of a fun topic, but also a serious topic. It's called Rest in Peace, or R.I.P. Ron DeSantis. So for those who follow and watch us, they know that we are huge fans of Ron DeSantis. Is that right, Jen? I mean, we're huge fans.
A super accurate and a totally opposite way, but we do like
exactly
about Governor DeSantis.
Yes,
his colorful life and his interesting wife that he has. And he's actually popped back up in the news recently. I'm sure we're going to talk about it, but
he's
resurfacing.
We'll be talking about him. So the reason this show's about him is because about a year from today, this week, he actually announced he was running for president of the United States. and there was all this hoopla and stuff. And then the year went by. Actually, not even half a year went by before he kind of sunk, wasn't it? Was it like November or December when he tanked? Can't remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he was dead by Labor Day.
Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, we're going to talk about it in detail here in a minute. But
we'll talk about it.
He definitely didn't have a good 2023.
Exactly. Yeah, he's one of those persons that I'm sure wanted 2023 to go away and also 2024. So, all right. So, but before we do that, let's jump directly into Barb's current events.
And this is Barb's current events.
All right, here we got three, Jen. I try to make these a little bit different this time because I'm tired of just talking about Dump Trump, whatever his name is. All right, here we go. The first one, Don Jr.'s fiance, kind of the crazy lady. What's her name? Kimberly Guilfoyle. Okay, yeah, that lady.
Yeah.
So she released a book. When you're watching this, because we tape a week early, she released a book about dogs. It's her dog book. It's a children's book. Well, unfortunately, it was overshadowed by the governor of South Dakota's Doggate drama. So it was kind of it was just karma or something. I don't know. Anyway, so no one's talking about her book. They're all talking about the lady who shot her dog, the governor of South Dakota. So that's the first one. The second one is reporters are saying that Trump's attorneys in his current trial, his criminal trial, they're using all kinds of devices to keep him awake. Anytime there's a sidebar, they give him a stack of papers to look through so he doesn't fall asleep. They also, they've got some other devices they're doing because he's been dozing off. So anyway, so that's the second one. That's kind of silly. And then there's a pastor. We always have to bring a pastor in. There's a pastor called Pastor John MacArthur. I guess he's from California. He's like this real big MAGA, pastor of one of the mega churches. Well, he said that mental illness, there's no such thing as mental illness, and PTSD is really just grief. So those are the third thing. That's the three things. So, all right, Jen, have at it. Take whichever ones you want.
I'll start with the first idiot. I'll start with the pastor. First of all, he's not even qualified to say that. He's not even a mental health professional.
Exactly.
Actually practicing medicine without a license and should be dealt with accordingly. That's like the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Which incidentally, May is the Mental Health Awareness Month. So I guess these chuckle fucks want to weigh in on something that clearly they're not qualified, whether it's COVID, whether it's a vaccine, whether it's a mask or mental health. It's just very bizarre how not only do they break the law and ethics, and they obviously do it, but to not only say that PTSD doesn't exist when millions of veterans come back with PTSD because of combat is just insane. As somebody that is the grandchild and child of wounded warriors, and what they went through post-war is just insane. What postpartum depression does to mothers that give birth. This idiot, he's a waste of $10 of chemicals. I'm Trump. It's funny that how he pounded Sleepy Joe Biden about all the Joe, and I'm like, Joe's an old man, but you're an old man too. And now, as some people are nicknaming him Farticus because he's putting off some distinct odors in the courtroom.
I like that one.
There's actually a Jeff Tiedrick that really is a huge Trump fan, like we are.
Okay.
Is the one that lost him with the Farticus, and
I like that one, Jenny.
It's just blowing up.
I'm gonna write that one down.
Yes, I am Farticus, and
okay.
Are we shocked for Trump misbehaving? No. Are we really blown away by this? When this guy lost back-to-back defamation trials because he couldn't shut it down. This guy lost $500 million worth of tax and cheating improprieties with banks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this guy got banned from doing, and his idiot sons got banned from doing business in New York for years.
Yeah.
These people, are we just shocked that he can't behave? Like when is he behaved? Like let's look at the from when him and his thief daddy and racist daddy, there was a member of the Klan there in New York, screwed over minorities in Section 8 housing in the 1970s. Mm-hmm. And we can move forward the next 50 years. When has this moron ever behaved? Anytime he cheated on his wife, anytime that, like, we can just go down the list. I don't even know if
exactly.
Or when he's holding a Bible upside down.
Exactly.
But, like, I mean, come on. Did we expect anything different? But Kristi Noem, and first of all, it's always nice to see the Republican ladies that probably can't even spell cat if you spotted them in the CNT or writing books. But Kristi Noem and the dog story, as far as shooting and assassinating,
that's just crazy.
It's not shocking though. They it's part of their point. Like, are we really shocked that jackass Trump is probably going to pick her as a running mate? Sure. And we're getting the dumber version and the more violent version of Sarah Palin. At least Sarah Palin was just not real smart, but kind of good to look at. Kristi Noem has had to go through all these plastic surgeries and get her teeth corrected to look presentable to run. And then are we shocked that somebody from South Dakota that has said the things she said and be as evil as she is? Are we really shocked that she doesn't have Cruella DeVille vibes? Like, I'm expecting Dalmatian coat to come out when she's running for vice president. Like, I'm waiting for some Disney show tunes to come out and Elton belt out, something about crazy as. As far as Emily Guilfoyle, unless she's writing a book about cocaine or anything else, I can't picture writing a kid's book.
Yeah, it's a children's dog book.
Even though it's probably the same level which Junior reads on, so it is convenient that she wrote a book for him.
Yeah.
Maybe when they're doing coke, it reads differently. But it's like, who's going to buy that? Like, so who's the audience for this?
There'll be some,
that they create these businesses that these MAGA nation will run out and buy, like the trading cards, the Trump bucks,
the sneakers,
the cheesy pillows. This whole crowd, is. We've talked about this a million times. They are performative idiots and stay in the news so they can hawk things like they're a walking, talking QVC. Like, like they're half KKK and half QVC. And so are we shocked that not only did she write a flop of a book that nobody's going to buy, except you're supposed to get some donor, some Trump donor dumb enough to buy a million copies.
To buy a bunch of them for their kids, and
probably put them on the hill.
No, I completely agree. To me, the incredible thing about this South Dakota governor is I don't understand who she was going after, because the one thing, there are very few things that MAGA people, libertarians, Democrats, Green Party, Republicans, all of us have in common is we're pretty pet friendly, or at least some of us, majority of us are.
Most people are.
So and so, I know some Republicans that are really not anything the way I would, hang around with, so to speak, but they're really big dog people. And that's the one little thing in common. One time I went to a libertarian, because we had a libertarian co-host, and I went to one of their events in Charlotte. And one of the things that I was talking to this person, which was a huge dog, like shelter dog person, donated money to dogs and stuff like that. And I made a comment that said, I said, I really wish people would care for people as much as we do dogs. and really triggered this person. Well, dogs are helpless and this. I said, oh crap, this is the wrong crowd to say that, because they don't really care for people. They want people to die or starve, but they'll take care of that dog.
But it's not surprising because, most people like the old school movie, Old Yeller, or some of the newer movies where the favorite dog, like Tom Hanks in a movie with a dog that he, the classic story. I didn't really want the dog, and a reluctant dog, but fell in love with the dog. And then the dog passes away at the end, but has puppies or whatever.
Sure.
That everybody, like Johnny Carson used to say, I'm going really old school here. Never follow either a dog act or a baby. Like, don't follow children or dogs because you're always going to lose, because dogs are so endearing and they're just lovable. And then this crazy woman not only talks about it, but brags about it like it's a virtue that she went out and just assassinated her own dog. Like a family dog just took her out and just like cold-blooded gunned this thing down. I'm like,
it was
good gosh, like sociopath vibes, like Dr. Mengele Nazi vibes. How we like it's scary. I mean, like that's who they're picking. That's their best and brightest.
Well, and that's what's so bizarre was, it's like what craziness. Even a conservative like talking heads were thinking, what were you thinking by putting this in your book? Who are you trying to impress?
The audience for that. Like,
oh yeah.
I get it if she put in there how she hates trans kids or old people or Disney movies or whatever her Dick Suckus are talking about at the time. But I'm pretty sure going out in assassin style, like not even.
That's really what she did. It was a puppy.
Yeah.
It was a puppy. Yeah.
Brutal. Like, is there not shelters in South Dakota? Like, can you not?
Well, and that's.
You not have a neighbor that you can say, hey, I don't really.
Exactly.
Like, there's more choices than taking a puppy out and shooting it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And because it chased.
Don't find it.
Yeah, because it changed. Well, that's what the shelter places in South Dakota, they had come out on the record and saying that, they can adopt them. They can, and there's a rescue group for this specific breed that said they have never heard of anyone doing something like this. And then actually the breeders who breed these, because it was a hunting dog, a type of hunting dog, said that it takes a while to actually train this dog. At that many, it was just, it's a bizarre story. But, the irony of it was that that Don Jr.'s fiance or girlfriend, whatever she is, released a book right around the same time. So no one's talking about her book except us, and everyone's talking about that. So anyway, dogs are all about them. All right, that's it. We're up against our first break. I do want to thank everyone who's joining us. And if you're watching this, you are seeing baby MAGA Felon, baby Trump Pinata. We're going to be losing them here. And then also St. Bernie is also joining us, and we're going to drop them off after this first break. So you can just look at Jenny and I and listen to Jenny and I because they don't talk anyway. So when we come back, we'll talk about R.I.P. Ron DeSantis and the year he had. We'll be right back on Coffee and Pan Dulce right after this.
So we have a great fall lineup, and we encourage you to tune in to many of our fabulous shows, like our D show, and many more things in October and November as well. Thanks for watching, as always, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, y'all, thanks for watching, and support our local black and brown businesses, including our sponsor, Manolo Bakery. That has some fabulous pastries, food, king steaks, all kinds of specialty cakes, swallows, and much, much more. Some of the best food you eat in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, Manolo's Bakery, right here in East Charlotte. Thanks for watching. Hey, y'all, thanks for watching the Florida shows. They've been wildly successful. Obviously, it's a topic that you guys have enjoyed and wanted to know more of. And we like talking about the dumpster fire that used to be the state of Florida. And we'll probably talk about it some more this summer. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Hey, y'all, this is Jenny here. And It is amazing. We're already into April, and I really want to thank you for watching all of our winter lineup and our early spring lineup. And you are what makes this show great. Is otherwise it'd just be Christian and I talking to each other. And but you're the reason why we do this, and we truly do appreciate all of our listeners and viewers, and even some of the MAGAs that post on our Facebook. Anyway, have a great week and happy April.
Happy April. Bye, y'all. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for watching our Coffee Pan Dulce show every week. Don't forget, you can watch us visually on our video podcast platforms on Facebook and YouTube, but you can also listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platforms like Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all of the other ones that your favorite, whatever your favorite is. Once again, thank you for watching us on Coffee Pan Dulce. We'll dance out. Well, welcome back, everyone. So, Jen, you know, I know you gave Ron DeSantis an endearing nickname. And for those who, let's say you're joining us for the very first time, remind us what the endearing nickname of Ron DeSantis is.
Well, Governor Don't Say Gay, we refer to him as Governor Dick Suckus because...
That's right.
I mean, how could you not? Let's start with him and his wife and
Exactly.
sorrow, like between the white boots and that looked like they came right out of the women's, department. Which, hey, I'm not going to fashion shame somebody, but
Sure.
the dude was so cringy, and that creepy little laugh he has, and the way he eats, is that there was no chance in hell he was ever going to get the nomination. Like, he had less of a chance than Kristi Noem's dog surviving the winter. That's how tough of a chance. Like, you talk about a pro-life party. I mean, Ron DeSantis was a legend in his own mind.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the other 49 states said, we don't really have... He's one of those propped up candidates that they were, I think, trying to turn him into a thing. Because they knew Trump was going to have this year with like trials, civil suits, and he's been dead for the last 8 years. And DeSantis wasn't it; he wasn't the solution. They picked wrong. I mean, and the stuff that he did in Florida the last 6 or 7 years as governor is absolutely tearing the state apart. There is a mass migration of people leaving that state. It is. Yeah,
we've done a couple shows about him.
It's bleeding out. And he's a terrible governor. He's an absolute disaster. Luckily, he's termed out. So not only will he never be president, he won't be governor anymore. He will be jobless in a couple years. And I'm sure Florida is counting the days to get rid of this city.
Well, I remember before he announced, I was at an undisclosed location, and it was the year before last, not last year, but the year before. And there were some people that we had met who were fans of his. And this is before they were talking about him, but they weren't talking about him running for president. And I remember one of the ladies called him, I don't know if I told you that or not, one of the ladies called him Daddy DeSantis. And I thought, well, first of all, this is weird for a grown-ass woman to call another, a man that wasn't her husband, Daddy DeSantis.
Like a governor.
Well, of course. No, exactly. And then I was like, okay, I could tell just by the few people that I knew that liked him who were kind of weird. If this is the people that like him, then it's going to be weird. I had this weird feeling because I didn't see like any mainstream Republicans saying, yeah, I like him. They were talking about other people, whatever. But it was just kind of like the weird, different, not really the MAGA kind of people, but in between the MAGA and a regular Republican, it was like this weird gap in between them. Anyway, so I wasn't surprised when before he announced, Trump started, the MAGA nation, so to speak, started going after him, trying to keep him from running, and then he started running. And he got knocked down not by us. You know, he got knocked down by the MAGA people. You know,
Well,
who went after him.
He was out before 2024. You know, like
oh yeah, exactly.
His campaign was done before he began. He raised a lot of money.
Yes.
But going and I think what also hurt him was the fact that Trump lives in Florida. He's a resident of Florida, and you're not only is Trump competing with him in fundraising in his home state, which you should, if you're running for president, you should be able to carry your home state. And he wasn't. Yeah. And then he was getting out fundraised by Trump too in his home state. That was the first warning sign. This was the first thing. NASA, we have a problem. The second is when Trump is more charming than you.
Exactly.
And Trump's a dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When you're that awkward, I don't know who was more awkward, Mike Pence and the very gay porn interaction he had with the Iowa
State. The tractor.
Dude.
Yep. I remember that.
And anything that Ron DeSantis said, like there was nothing that wasn't cringy. Like Ron DeSantis took cringy and creepy to a next level for a presidential candidate. Like you whatever he did, whatever we would hear about him on rumors, you're going, I don't think that's the worst one yet. Like there's going to be.
What was his smile? He would do stuff like he would be talking like this, and then he'd go like this.
Yeah,
it was just
he didn't have any social skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he was Bobby Boucher, but not charming. Like he, at least Waterboy, he was more likable. He was a likable idiot. Yeah. Whereas you see Ron DeSantis' mom going, Ron DeSantis, politics is the devil. But Ron DeSantis has
all right. We got for those who know Jenny, that's a reference to a movie that she and I joke about, except the line is really foosball, right? What is it?
It's everything that the great actress Kathy Bates plays Adam Sandler's movie mom, and set in Louisiana in the backwoods, and funny. Everything that Kathy's character didn't like. It was always the devil.
Yes, exactly.
DEBIL instead of with a V.
The devil.
and like when he started getting interest in a girl that lived in the area, she goes, girl, devil, and foosball. Yeah. She couldn't even say football. She called it foosball. Foosball, the devil.
That's right. That's funny. That's funny.
It's very Southern. It's very funny. It's very old school. And for people that grew up in a certain era, which we did, and Adam Sandler's our age, he's our generation. And he definitely was a comedian for the Gen X crowd when we were young. That really represented a lot of the stuff in his movies. Were stuff
was very,
we grew up with. And
he always had Drew Barrymore in it, which is from our generation as well. It's kind of relatable.
She was always super, and
So, hey, listen, Jen, I do want to ask you about something about Ron DeSantis. So, what I see, and maybe you have more information because I haven't really been following him because he's kind of out of the picture pretty much. But it seems like he still feels like his last 2 years as governor, there's still things that he wants to do as far as just being dickish. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't given, even though he's made a little compromise, he had to compromise with the lawsuit against the drag queen things. And he act like he had a victory and, whatever. The MAGA Nation, they never admit that they have ever make a mistake. That's just how they operate. The immigrant labor is leaving there like crazy. It's hurting their agriculture industry because of the law they passed that, you can almost all the bills that he signed are being held up with court challenges. Many of them have been overruled, been unconstitutional. But it seems like what I'm hearing from just some of the little reports I'm seeing is he still wants to try to make a name for himself in Florida and make it, like anti-woke, Christian nationalist kind of state. He wants it to be like a haven for that. Do you think he's going to be dangerous?
No, I think he's a lame duck governor that the only person in reality, and there's been several New York Times articles that I've read on DeSantis and how he's just literally become a non-factor. He's about as popular as Kimberly Guilfoyle's dog book. Like he literally is the children's dog book of governors.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is that even Republicans are realizing he's sinking the boat, because Florida's a purple state. So Florida is not a hardcore MAGA state like maybe a Texas or a Alabama or something like that. And some of the recent policies are really even getting pushbacks from moderates and even some,
like the abortion issue.
Conservatives. Abortion, don't say gays backfired. The book bans and how the book bans operate, because they even had to modify that where you now have to put a deposit on filing it. Because before they go in and go, this book is
I want to challenge 500 books. Yeah.
In the schools we're going, we can't even keep up. Well, we got schools that don't have school books in the library because everybody's finding the dictionary to be offensive.
Yeah.
And again, his policies were about as smooth as somebody else that was very similar to him, Adolf Hitler. And we all saw how that went. And Florida is turned into an authoritarian hellscape, like it does when you are an idiot and you come up with the worst and dumbest policies. We're seeing exactly why no Republican president right now should ever be in office. Is just look at Florida. They are the 2025 plan, the test case. So people want to say, well, the Republican Party's come up with a plan, which is a 2025 plan. Okay, then realize that Florida is your test kitchen, so to speak.
Sure, exactly.
It's a bigger shithole state than it was 10 years ago. And it's melting down in front of our eyes, kind of like Kimberly Guilfoyle's book. And it's done. Florida as a state is done for a while because these policies are in motion. These are in law, and until they have a regime change, which the next election is not until 2026.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and my understanding is the actual state legislature there, which is Republican, they have a supermajority, that they are actually not really, now that they're not threatened by DeSantis, that they're actually kind of going their own route. That they're doing their own things. They all went along with him because they thought, oh, he may be president, and we don't want to lose his supporters. But now they're like, you can't do anything to us. So
hey, he can run again.
Yeah. Jen, I want to take our second break. And I want to, when we come back, I want to talk about, it was reported this week that there was actually a secret meeting between Ron DeSantis and Trump that happened, I think, maybe a month ago, that no one really knew about it, that they've kind of, settled the argument, so to speak. So when we come back, I want to ask you, what do you think they talked about during that? We're going to role play here, I guess. I'll be Trump and you can be Ron DeSantis, or we can do vice versa. So we'll be right back on Coffee and Pan Dulce with a little fun. We'll be role playing. What is it called? Cosplaying? I don't know. All right. We'll be back on Coffee and Pan Dulce. Hey everyone, this is Christian Cano with the Coffee and Pan Dulce Show. I want to thank everyone who watched our wonderful summer shows. We had incredible viewership and incredible listenership numbers. And we also want to let you know that our fall schedule is out. We have some great shows coming in September, October, and November. So please stay with us all fall and watch our fall shows on Coffee and Pan Dulce. I'll dance out. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, we're just going to have a little fun because we're not going to have a long show. There's not a lot to talk about Ron DeSantis because he's kind of irrelevant now. Yeah, that's what she said. So, all right. So we're going to role play. We're going to cosplay. We're going to be MAGAs. We're going to cosplay. We did a show about how they do like to cosplay. So I'm going to be Ron DeSantis. You will be Donald Trump. We're in what do they call it? Mar-a-Lago. We're in Mar-a-Lago. And I'm going to be walking into your office, groveling. Okay, so here we go. All right, scene. Highness.
Hey, Ron DeSanctimonious, what you doing here? It's not Tuesday. It's not garbage collection day.
I just want to tell you, I just want to tell you how sorry I am with the hurt feelings. You know, it wasn't me, it's my wife. So is she around? All right. Can we patch things up? Because I don't want to be yelled at anymore. So.
Well, if you scored me a few of those high school girls that you used to hang out with, I'll think about it. But while we're talking about that, you're pretty much a short, useless little troll. And that wife of yours, the last time I saw a mouth like that, it had a hook in it. Okay, and fishing. She's
Your
ugly.
Highness,
She's actually
Your
ugly.
Highness,
Ted Cruz's wife.
Your Highness, that's fake news. I'm not short. Got these new shoes that make me taller, and I'm average height for a woman, but still I'm average height. So I just want to let you know that I'll do anything that's necessary. I'll come to Mar-a-Lago. I'll clean the pool. I can be your pool boy. You know,
I'm not Falwell. Don't get me confused.
Oh yes, I'm sorry.
Falwell
Yes,
Jr.
yes.
You got to go north.
That's right.
But I'll tell you right now. First of all, you got to kiss one of my tiny rings on my big, normal-sized hands that I have to get special golf clubs made for me because my hands are so big.
Yes. Okay.
So first of all, the rumors about my penis, that's not true. Okay. Second of all, I'm naturally orange. So we'll start. Second of all, you're a little meatball. You're useless.
Well, we are the orange state. So you fit perfectly in our state because
citrus. True story.
Yes.
My grandfather invented the citrus trees. They invented the citrus trees. And we brought them to America.
Yes. Yes.
Along with the Spanish. Yes.
Well,
that's how far back.
I just wanted to visit you and let you know that I'm here for you. I'm doing everything we can to get out the vote. You're going to win Florida. And maybe you might consider me to be an ambassador to, an anti-woke country like Russia. I'd like to be an ambassador to Russia or one of those places.
I just been picked out for Russia. I was thinking I don't know. Angola is nice this time of year.
Angola.
Yeah.
Is that next to Key West? Or
it's really
where's
close.
Angola? Oh, okay. All right.
It starts with an A. That's all I know.
Yes.
I don't have to know anything else. Hey, I'm making America great again.
Yes. Yes.
Liza, it's horseshit.
And I have to say before I leave that my wife would also like a job. She was my campaign manager and she taught me how to smile. And, I just want to please get her a job because I'm going to be out of a job in 2 more years. And,
I got 2 jobs for her, but I might get sued over those. So I'll tell you what, she's not a looker. She can't work at my golf course. I don't need any beer girls that look like that.
Okay. But that's a fair point. Yeah.
I'm thinking about buying the Marlins and renaming them the Trumpster. And their mascot's a fish with a big mouth. We won't even have to buy her a suit. Okay?
Whatever.
How about that?
Whatever you want, whatever you need. You can have her. Matt Gaetz has got someone young for me. So, I'm fine with that.
Young.
But
Bring them young.
Yes.
Fertile.
Some of them, I think one can vote. I'm not sure, but that's fine.
Can they read?
All right. Okay. I don't. Pictures. That's why
Pictures are good.
They can swipe left and right. So that's what's important.
Okay. That's perfect. You're just smart.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for your time, and I appreciate it.
Big feet.
So that's what the meeting was between Ron DeSantis and Trump in Mar-a-Lago.
Super painful. Yes. Legit, we are not faking it. The reenactment was spot on.
Exactly. I believe it was very like, an awkward
form.
Ours was actually
funnier.
So
it was funnier.
Exactly.
More realistic.
If
you've seen
but he defended wife. He didn't really defend his wife. He was like, she's kind of crazy.
She defends him. Like she's the one that sneaks little lifts into issues. And
that's right. That's true. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Like
allegedly.
The dude wears heels higher than most of the Kiss band members. Like, I mean, I miss him.
Yeah.
I miss him as far as being a character on TV. I feel bad for the state of Florida, but I mean, they are the stupid idiots that elected this guy like 3 times. Like when we think about dumb states besides Texas, our birth state, Florida elected this guy, but at least Governor Abbott is a specific type of evil that you kind of go, I can see some appeal to him. He's got a cool chair. He's got a certain hateful look. He loves more than people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a population control thing. It's some money, like pesky little classrooms. When they get shot up, you don't have to have them again. But there's something about DeSantis that's so a level of incompetence where you just go, I wonder if this guy can even find his way back from the bathroom.
Yeah, he's a little off. Yeah, he's way off. What was it? What was it? Did we have someone on here? Or we met someone where they said, you remember Cece, who was a drag queen from here in North Carolina. She has she says she has a saying that she doesn't call people special or things like that. She said they're kissed.
They're kissed, yeah.
They're kissed.
He was
and
kissed,
she said, so Ron DeSantis is like, he's kissed. All right, hey, listen, we're going to, if you like what you're hearing from Jenny, she does have a show that comes on 30 minutes after this one. It's called Two Queers in a Truck. Last week's show, which dropped today, we taped it last week, was actually a hilarious show. I've seen it twice on the treadmill, not twice on the treadmill, but I've seen it twice, once on the treadmill, once after I reviewed it. And so do watch our show. It's called Two Queers in a Truck. But I just want to remind you, or just want to let you know that speaking of what Jenny was talking about, our last show of the spring, which is the last show of May 29th is when it drops. It's our 3rd edition of Dumbest American States. It's going to be between Texas and Florida again. They've been in the running for, the 3rd time. So I do want to let you know that they're still in the running. So, all right. So we're going to be
South Dakota might be the dark horse. I mean,
you know what? We may have to add them.
I mean, this whole dog thing, like,
it may be between Texas and South Dakota. Yeah. That's we're going to have to use that one because apparently she was on the high list for possible vice president.
She's probably.
She was like rumored. That's crazy. Yeah.
I think Trump will pick her
because they want a woman. Yeah.
He wants a woman. She fits a lot of the bills. We absolutely know she'll do what it takes with anything. Like, I mean,
exactly.
You got a killer instinct, that's for sure.
That's right.
I mean, she's like, I can imagine the campaign slogans, like, instead of Annie get your gun, Christy get your gun. Like, there's so many spinoffs. I think she'll do really well. Good choice.
All right, so we're going to take our last break. We'll be right back on Coffee and Pan Dulce right after this.
Hey guys, I've got a special product out, and we've got a store under the name blueapplytech.com, and you can go on our Etsy store, you can go on our social media, and you can check out our merchandise. We have some amazing snowflake Trump mugshot ornaments. We have mugs, we have pillow covers, we have a lot of cute stuff for the holiday season that you can buy, and it's great fun, and it goes to a good cause. It goes to my company, and it's helping us out getting started. And also, it just, who doesn't want a historic snowflake Trump ornament?
Exactly.
Here,
that's funny. What's the name of it again?
And the name of the company is Blue, like the color blue, Applied, APPLIED Tech, like technology.
Blue Applied Tech. Ah, cool.
And so you can look us up. We have a website, but our stores on Etsy, and a lot of people use Etsy for different types of gifts. They are assembled in the United States, so it creates American jobs. And most of all, it's a lot of fun, and they're not expensive.
Cool.
So,
Blue Applied Tech. Got it.
Correct. Come seek us out and buy some gifts.
Cool. Hi, I'm Christian Cano. Thank you so much for joining us on Coffee and Pan Dulce. And also thank you so much for watching us on Facebook and on YouTube. But also don't forget, you can actually listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platform like Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podcast Chaser, and others. Once again, thank you so much for watching us and listening to us on Coffee and Pan Dulce. Have a great day.
Up next is Two Queers in a Truck with Jenny and Christian. And hope you guys tune in. We'll see you in about 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you. Bye.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much. And thank you, Jenny, for cosplaying with me. It's the first time I think I have cosplayed. Is that the proper
you actually
use of that
you
term?
Role played or cosplayed, but role play has a different.
So okay.
And the family show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, Okay, yeah. You'll kind of. I didn't know which term to use. But also, speaking of the last couple of shows that we're going to have in May, which is the end of our spring shows, and then we start our wonderful summer shows, which we always start off with a Pride show. We've done it every year. We'll get into the Juneteenth, and then it just kind of rolls on. We'll do our annual Cuba show from our undisclosed location. We'll do an interview show we'll do shows about Florida. Summer, and then we'll have the Charlotte Pride show, which is towards the end of the summer. So, gosh, can you believe that, Jen? It's going to be summer shows already.
A few months.
I'm
here for, first of all,
yeah.
I'm super excited about summer 2024 versus summer 2020. I mean, there's some things going on that aren't, awesome, but at the same time, I think they're necessary. And it's a presidential election year. I mean, I think that always takes the stakes up a lot. If we think about all the presidential elections, I think, even though it's a repeat of 2020, obviously, with the same basically two men that are the front runners for the two major parties. I think what makes it interesting is that Trump's, going to be in our trials from here till November. Which should help his campaign a lot. And I think if he gets Kristi Noem to run us with him,
it's going to be tank.
Fun.
Yeah,
it's going to be delicious. Honestly,
can you imagine? Can you imagine Kamala Harris and the caliber of Kamala, smart attorney, professional, strong woman, and the airhead South Dakota governor. I'm trying to imagine. Well, the next time we do this cosplay or role play, whatever term we're going to use, we should imitate what that debate would be like.
Oh, it'd be funny.
Wouldn't Kamala just go like this?
The best TV ever. Like they should not even do Biden and Trump because we're
just go directly to that one.
Let's go straight to Kamala. Let's have 3 debates between Kamala and Noem. And not only it won't really be a debate, but it'll be almost like a reality TV show where Kamala basically shows how smart she is, and how Kristi Noem isn't maybe not the best and brightest choice. But just when the dog thing comes up, I just want to see the look. On Kamala. I actually want to see the look on Kamala's face.
Yes,
she looks like that auntie that you have in every black family that has this look like. and for the people that listen to the show, I'm giving this like
sorry.
I'm gonna do at you look.
Yes.
Like you are messing up, and some black
exactly
nephews just go, oh man, I'm done.
Yes,
Kamala.
exactly.
Whereas
That
Kristen
is-
Noem looks like a psychopathic South Dakota soccer mom that made a little bit of money in politics and has gotten all these like plastic surgeries and all this, because it's been in the news how she's tried to change her look because the scuttlebutt is she's the top choice for Trump's thing, and so she's like tried to make herself look ready for primetime TV. But there's a problem, like they don't have a plastic surgery for brains. That's going to be an issue. Just
well,
telling you right.
That's a good line. I like that one. They don't have plastic surgery for brains. All right. So what I was going to say real quickly is the next show that we're going to be taping is the new school voucher welfare. The new school voucher welfare queens. We'll be talking about how the people who are receiving school vouchers are very similar to what they used to call welfare queens back in the they're the ones taking back in the day. And then we'll be talking about this summer. We did a summer 2 years ago. It was called the Summer of Rage. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yep.
It was about the women's movement when Roe versus Wade was overturned, and how the summer was going to be the Summer of Rage. Well, this summer, is this going to be the summer to save democracy? This is going to be one of the most important summers, I think, in my lifetime. I know I said this about 2020, but this really is...
It's going to be intense. I think the closer we get to November, it's going to be brilliant. I feel
good about it. But at the same time, I know the importance of it.
Until we come out of the conventions and you really see what their messaging is and all of this is really a warm up to the big event, to the last days. But I think a lot of people are ready to vent, as we're seeing around the country, depending on what subject you want to talk about. And I think there's some people that are ready to talk about some things. And I think if you ignore them, it's at your own peril. No matter what standing you have in political, like I'm talking to our own party, which I'm a registered Democrat, and if I was running for office this year, and especially if I was a nominee, and I won my primary, and I was running, I'm talking about from city council and school boards all the way up to the president of the United States and everything in between. I believe if you ignore people this year, you may be finding a new career.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good point.
I think with the TikTok crap, I think with some of the things that even Democrats are going with, I believe people are in the find out stages of democracy. And I do believe people have gotten to the point where they're either struggling to pay their bills, or they've struggled with homelessness, or they struggle with the fact that somehow we still can't figure out how to run insurance and pay for medical care in this country, or we can't pay for veterans to get serviced, or we can't figure out how to give basic human rights to women in 2024 after the 50th anniversary of women being able to have their own credit cards and checking accounts, that we in 2024 are even talking about this. I think there's going to be a lot of young people, especially 40 and under, especially Gen Z, that are going to roll up their sleeves and they're going to explain to politicians of all sorts.
Sure.
If you ignore us, may squeak out a win this year. Yeah. But you better start scrolling and maybe talking to a career counselor for 2026 and 2028. Because I really feel I think we're going to see very high participation democracy this year. I think we're going to we're going to see what we saw in Ohio and Kansas and these other places 2023 and 2022, where the Republicans did not win as many seats in the House as predicted. And I think the electoral, the voter is going to be on fire. And I think it's going to be the moderates and progressives that say, we're done. And it's about time. Like I'm not mad. I want to see pitchforks and torches. And people do need to be mad. They don't need to just talk about it on Twitter. They need to get love is a verb, and if you love your country,
yeah, good, excellent. All right, listen, we're going to end with very, very briefly the Pendejo Chronicles.
And this is the Pendejo Chronicles.
All right. Pendejo Chronicles, as usual, is the former president. He was actually fined $9,000 for 9 violations of the gag order. The judge basically said, keep it up. You know, what did you say in the last segment? The judge was almost like the auntie. The auntie?
Yeah,
going,
the auntie. And in black families, there's usually an enforcer, and it's usually the auntie.
Exactly.
And they give you a look, especially if they're wearing bifocals. They look down the rim, the line of their glasses.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And if you get that look, just like with Eddie Murphy's comedy, if you get that look, you're probably going to church on Sunday. You're probably getting a talking to. And I think this judge is about to say, look, dude, this is a criminal trial.
Exactly.
I don't care.
This is not the circuit. This is not hey, you know, only because this is the show that we're taping, not in our target audience and so forth, the demographics. The judge is like the mom with the chancla.
Yeah.
Who has the chancla like this going, try me.
Yeah.
Try me.
and Trump has pushed a lot of the civil court judges because the civil court judges
he's gonna fill the chancla.
But this criminal court judge is going, you're a defendant. You need to show a little bit of awareness, maybe a modicum of remorse.
Yes, exactly.
Like, dude, I don't care that in my courtroom, you're still called a defendant. Like Farticus, like, dude, you're falling asleep in the courtroom. Like, get you some no-dos. Maybe borrow some cocaine from Kimberly, the dog book writer.
And Don Jr. That's right.
Like, dude, maybe drink a Red Bull, do something, lose some weight, get on. Like, come on, dude. Like, you're grown ass former president. At least stay awake during the court.
So just the way I can cut this one out and put in the outtakes. So let me repeat what Jenny said. So the judge in the Trump trial, the judge criminal Trump trial, has the chancla up and is basically going, all right, Farticus, try me. How's that? Is that one good?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
All right. Well, listen, with that, we're going to end the show. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much. We had a great show. I do want to remind you that her show does come on 30 minutes after this one drops, so please watch her show. And tell me where you're going to be when this drops. This is the May the 8th weekend. Any big plans? Is that the Pride Film Festival yet, or what is going on?
So the film festival starts the 15th of May. So if you live in the greater Charlotte area or willing to drive in the regional area, we have a film festival every year. It's always about mid-May. It starts on the 15th. You can go on all of our social media sites or our websites. You can order tickets. You can get a week. You can get a whole pass for the entire 5 nights. We have we always start with the shorts night or the short films and the deal, and it's a juried thing. And a lot like Trump hears the word jury in his nightmares. And then we have 4 feature film nights with different hand-selected and curated films. And it's a phenomenal time. It's a lot more low-key than, obviously, the 250,000 people that show up for Charlotte Pride every year. It's just designed for people that want to see LGBT representation film. A lot of these are independent filmmakers. It's my favorite part of Charlotte Pride, and that's why I've been a part of it for 6 years now. And then also the queer prom is going to happen on the 18th, which I'll be going, and I have a date this year. And it's not a doll, so it's an actual person, and it's been somebody I've been seeing for a few months.
You're not taking baby Trump Pinata? Where'd he go?
Not this year. He was late last year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And then Bernie the year before. So
that's right.
Like, no, I actually have a real human being that's willing to go to me.
Wonderful.
Didn't have to pay them like Matt Gaetz.
Wonderful.
And so,
right.
It's going to be a good time. I'm going to have a good time with my lady friend. And I'm just super excited. So May's an exciting month for me. It's my first real month of high activity, and it's just a beautiful month in Charlotte anyway. Like it's getting nice. It's 80 degrees today, and it's just like it feels like Hawaii. So May in Charlotte's beautiful. If you've never been,
it is
probably one of the prettiest months of the year, honestly.
If you can get through the allergies in the spring, with all the beauty and the flowers, May is beautiful. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
So that's it. I will be around. I will be somewhere. So it's good to be back home. I've been away almost, feels like the entire month of April. It's good to be back home. And then
I'm trying to think the last time I saw you in person. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
like, you've been a busy bee.
Yeah, we'll have to get our schedule. Our schedules.
Your people call my people.
Your people. Your people's
meatball. We'll work it out. It'll be fine.
That's right.
So just
That's
remember,
right. We'll have to have it. All right. Thank you. I had to edit all the coffee now. All right. Well, thank you, Jen. We'll dance out. We'll see if this works. We'll see you next week, y'all. Here we go.
Bye, y'all. Hey y'all, thanks for watching Coffee Pan Dulce, and we are in the month of May, rocking it out, getting ready for summer. And so you'll have a fabulous week if you tickets are still on sale. But have a great week. Watch out for Barb Bacon.
Bye y'all. See you next week.
Next up, thanks for watching Coffee and Pan Dulce. Next up is Two Queers in a Truck. Stay tuned.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
You sounded like a telenova. I mean,
I'm trying this. All I have to say is go. Yes,
as a non-Spanish speaker.
Right, and then of course, as usual, when you hear the music, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, let me drop them because they're going in and out.
Yeah.
Let's see. That one and this one. All right, got it.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Okay, so let's imitate what it would be like. You want to be Ron or you want to be Trump?
I'll be Trump. I do Trump's voice.
All right. Okay. All right. Here we go.
And I'm blind.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
I'll even take my hat off so you can see the blonde hair.
Okay. Here we go. Sorry. And drainage. Okay. Here we go. Last section.
Who's the king?
Excuse me. I'm about to choke on that one. Oh, pardon. I'm going to edit this one out.
Yes.
That was funny.
We have way too much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.